Hey guys, sorry about that. My microphone was slightly unplugged. I've just been talking to myself for the last 4 minutes. Hopefully, guys, I think the audio should be coming through now. Should be okay. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, let's have what's going over here. Let's get rid of these garbage dumps. Slowly emptying them out. And let's carry on with some university detailing. Chandler, first, hey Chandler, thank you for being the first comment, buddy. It's nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So I was playing a little bit last night after we finished recording the episode, and I was kind of run through what we've done. We've added some nice little national park fences along the railway that runs through, and also begun to add a bit of forestry kind of in and around the rail track. Yeah, we're just going to carry on kind of expanding here today. We've got the beginnings of a mountain road, and that's going to kind of span over here. Although the terraforming still needs to be slightly sorted out, but we can kind of see maybe my microphone a little bit. It is a little bit in the way. Just kind of seeing how this mountainside is going to develop, create a little bit of some nice shapes, and just kind of play with a couple of rock formations and make a bit of a nice dense woodland around here. This guy has no water. Plug him in. Yeah, so we'll probably be live for a couple of hours today, probably till about 4 o'clock English time. So we can just kind of take it easy and chill out. A nice little path kind of over the railway as well, which is getting some usage. And we've also added in a couple of fountains in the university. We did hit level 2 shortly after we finished recording an episode. Shannon says, good, how are you doing? I'm doing excellent, dude. Thank you very much for asking. Looking forward to another fantastic live stream. So I think we can probably afford now to go ahead and add in a couple more buildings. Let's have one. This is the gymnasium, isn't it? So have the gymnasium right on the corner, and then we'll pack in some trees just alongside it. And then just kind of around the back as well. Let's just get a couple of different types in. What are you up to in your City Skylines save at the moment, Chandler? What is it that you're working on right now? Would be interested to know. Okay, so what else we have here? So we have the cafeteria too. Let's have a look. Guess we can have a building here. Kind of looks a little bit random there just by itself. Let's go for right there, and we should be hooking through now with the electrics. All the way up to here as well. Okay, so we've got the stadiums complaining of garbage issues here. We may need to make kind of a mini recycling centre. This place is absolutely jammed with crime. Do you guys need another police station? Should be okay. Maybe we can have one on the corner, just to deal with the extra demand that's coming through right now. Okay. And then obviously we've got in a couple of little fountains down the middle here as well. This creates a nice little kind of grander entrance point, and also begun to expand the road network. That's going to keep flowing around the edge of the university. So So again, just some simple grid patterns, it's nothing too fancy. Want to keep this place fairly rigid. So I want to get some nice... so actually go ahead and upgrade one of these roads into kind of a cycle network. Let's go for this outside road. And then, yeah, that's fine. So we've also begun to round off a bunch of the farmland, because, you know, it's kind of coming to an end here. So kind of looking at this from the roadside, you know, we're going to get some nice kind of wheat fields up along the side here, which will be pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's kind of continue this as well. Let's do have a little bit of industrial demand, so we can afford to kind of keep placing different things around here. Let's go ahead and grab just the large crop field. Yeah, I see. I'd much rather the large crop field didn't come with the kind of the little building in the middle. Yeah, every one of them has it, doesn't it? Let's go for corn. Again, we'll probably have to place a large warehouse around here as well somewhere. Let's kind of factor that in now before we build anything else. Get him store flour. I think that looks okay with the warehouse along the river. I don't think it looks too bad. We'll see how it progresses and how it kind of takes it. We've also kind of reworked this interchange here. So previously it was the same as down here. You know, this is kind of really plain and boring, like it works, but it's not the best. And then over here, we just kind of reworked it so they leave the highway and they can either turn right into this one. We've got an asymmetrical road here as well, so traffic heading into the interchange can be prioritised. Chandler says, I'm streaming cities on PS4 and preparing my city for the next episode. You got some tips for the traffic of my harbour. Tried the last 2 episodes to fix it. Yeah, dude. Let's run over to... Oh, these are emptying out so quickly. Wonderful. I need to build a new garbage dump as well. We need to do this like immediately because pretty sure that our... Yeah, it's going to take a lot of garbage processing out of the way, but we should be okay. Let's make sure that we don't leave the downtown without any power. Yeah, so kind of tips for fixing the traffic in your harbour. Like you can still see they produce vast amounts. Like even my harbour's like super busy. Like, you know, there's no despawning. The cars still do continue to move, but giving them access straight onto the highway is kind of a really big plus. You know, they need to you know, don't have them milling through residential areas or commercial areas. You know, you can see as they leave it through this one-way system, they have an entrance back onto that way and then an entry back onto that way. So giving them highway access straight away after they've finished importing or exporting is pretty essential. So try maybe adding a highway entrance and exit to the area. That should hopefully tidy up a little bit for you. I feel like I want to do something just a little simple repeating tree pattern over here. Let's see. Yeah, it should be okay. I don't think that's too frequent. Okay. Maybe just a couple of little blotches of colour. A little bit of overgrowth as well, maybe. We also did some really nice little kind of detailing over here along the railway junction. So we tidied this up just so it flows a little easier. So previously the train lines were crossing over one another, but now they're actually in a perfect circuit, and yeah, just looks a lot nicer. And we've also added in some kind of tinier details along the railway junctions here, with some like broken old wooden fence, some kind of bushes and trees that are in the middle. It looks alright, I think. Probably do some more of these a little further down as well. Maybe we could do the fence that's going to run along the edge of this railway between the road. Let's place this in, and then again we'll just continue to have kind of that broken fence that runs occasionally along the side, just like that. Adds a little more purpose to it, I think. Let's have a look. Let's grab this guy and bring him right up to the rail station. So right now the forests on the left are quite plain, but we're going to be, changing these. It's all the same tree. It's all very copy and paste, but just so we have some woodland there for the meantime, I think it'll be alright. Okay. So this new tile is starting to flesh out now. We're starting to blend the two areas together. And we've got some nice kind of themes developing. Okay. Let's have a look. I wanted to do something with the schools as well, so let's do that now. Let's continue the cycle path. Again, we'll put this on. Let's bring it right down here. Okay, so I want to make a little more fuss out the schools here. So in the episode, we just placed the high school and the elementary school, which is, it does a job, but it isn't the most attractive looking thing. So let's do something with that. Let's grab. See, let's kind of keep it fairly central. Also, yeah, we will. We'll delete this zone in here. Let's unzone all of that, and then we'll kind of do it fairly central with the parks that are in the middle. Okay, so we'll have a road that comes out here. Okay, so let's make it a tree road. Alright. And then we'll grab a bit of a road through like that. Okay, so let's place the high school first of all. Let's go for right in the corner there. No zoning there, thank you. Let's maybe do some zoning decoration. Let's have a block of commercial right there. And then this road can just be grass. Wonder if we can squeeze in a little park asset here. Yeah, we can. Okay. Let's hook him up. And then around here as well. Okay, let's delete that. How many blocks deep is the elementary school? 4. Okay. Kind of playing with some ideas here. So the distance here is 160, which will take me to there. And if we grab the elementary school, and placed up along here. And then we'll repeat that same pattern again. So we have tree road through the middle, and then we've got a nice little grassy banking road just off of that. So distance here is 160, isn't it? There we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then in between the two schools, we can just kind of bring in expanding that vanilla park asset and just kind of see how it grows. Make a little bit of a school parkland. So it is essentially like a shared school. It's kind of the idea. Okay, let's draw in the paths. And we'll have one that's going to run. Let's just have ourselves to the grid. We'll come up here. Straight down there as well. Let's pop in a little more commercial along here. And then these guys up to here can all be residentials. Again, we'll continue our 4x4 grids wherever we go. And then we'll do a little bit of decorating out the front of the high school here as well. Okay. Let's start to make a little bit of a block. We'll leave that one free. And that's going to be a good point for a little path through. I want to make sure we keep the paths going here. Keep making sure everyone can walk wherever they need to. Make a nice couple of squares. Okay. Let's make sure we keep that zoning going. Let's get as many people in as possible. Let's keep slowly expanding it as they fill them. No. Don't grow like that. Starting to get a nice little kind of village view around here. Train station is still mega busy. And we also have a bus line running through here now as well, which is why we have the bus lanes. Let's have a look at the line details. Yeah, still plenty of room on the buses. And we've got some people here as well. We can maybe afford a few more on the line actually. Let's go ahead and... How many's on there at the moment? We'll go up to 8. Let's make them a little more frequent. No, that should be okay. I really do enjoy building kind of smaller villages in cities. Like little towns. Okay, so we're getting some nice houses coming in here. Let's go ahead and pop a bit more commercial down here. And then here as well, and then we'll bring this path down. See how that looks when it develops. Should get some nice kind of patterns going with all this commercial in between the paths. Let's go for some there like that, and then we'll pop in some trees in this field here. I'm pretty sure it's this tree, is it? Yeah, it is. I'll draw these around. And then we'll just put some down the side like that. We do have some zoning there. So I already think that's a lot more interesting, kind of making a little commercial school park rather than just placing them on the side of a road right next to the houses. We're going to get a nice little kind of neighbourhood community centre developing here. We've got schools and commercial surrounded by a whole bunch of parks. Let's have a look at some possible path cut-throughs here. Let's make sure that we make this city as walkable as possible. Let's go for... I do want some commercial on the corner as you come into the village. So let's draw those in. So that's going to create like a nice little like crossroads feel. That shouldn't be too long before they pop in. How's the university doing? Just another academic work. Okay, let's grant that for this year. And that's going to make us hit level 3. Fantastic. How are we doing over here? So we've got some more commercial coming in now. I think over by the waterfront as well, we'll do like a little bit of a nightlife park. I think that'll be really cool. But also don't forget guys, the new modular build guide went up this morning. Go ahead and check it out. It's a nice commercial green park. Which we still need to build one of those in Baguzia actually. We just haven't really got around to it yet. Okay, so this isn't starting to look too bad. Again, we'll just continue with our usual pattern. Let's bring these guys up. And then these guys as well. And again, same thing over here. And then on this side too. Okay. Let's have a look at the front of this high school. Obviously, we're still getting garbage issues here, aren't we? Where's going to be a good place for a garbage tip? So we could actually probably build it over here. Let's do that. Let's grab a small industrial road. We'll kind of snake this. Around the back of the rock. I'm just going to make a mini like garbage centre just for this part of town because it's so far away from kind of the nearest dump. So we'll have 2. Kind of looks like crap really, doesn't it? But I think we're gonna have to delete the trees from here anyway. Let's get rid of them from this side of the rock. Over here as well. Okay. Let's make sure we build a proper road network for this. Although it is going to be a garbage dump, I don't want it to look like garbage. So let's have this as one way. And then we'll continue one way for the rest of the build. Bring them out here. Okay, so that should see to it that this part of town has all the garbage it needs, and the incineration plant should provide them with power as well once it begins to receive garbage, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. We'll just let it run for a little while. Okay, let's have a little look at the front of this high school here. I think we're going to do some nice fence decorating. Let's have a look at some of the fences. Yeah, I think maybe the zoo one is not right for this. Let's have a look at something else. Chandler says, what do you think about a European style on the waterfront, like a little old town? Yeah, definitely we could do that. I know there is a policy for kind of, is it city planning? Yeah, there's an old town policy here, isn't there? Only residents and businesses can use the area for motor vehicles. The only thing I think that would kind of ruin the old town feel is the look of the buildings. Like if we grab a commercial building here, you know, they don't particularly look old town, do they? They look kind of like modern, like little shops. Well, maybe there is something we can do to avoid that. But yeah, definitely like a little, like a European style waterfront down here. Got some nice parks on the go, no heavy traffic allowed through. I think that'd be pretty sweet. We can definitely do that. Right, what park fence do I want? Do we just go for regular city park? No, I think we'll actually stick with... Yeah, we'll stick with the nature reserve fence. Let's come up to here. Draw in a couple of boxes and then we'll have a national park path that's going to run through the middle. So like that. Okay. So let's do the same thing over here. And again, the path in the tile next to it. There's a very small sweet spot where we can hook them through. I wonder if we can actually manage to squeeze a rock in here. Yeah, we can. Only just about though. Okay. Maybe a fallen tree. Kind of a broken tree. Another boulder maybe. Let's have a look at some smaller undergrowth. Again, we've already got trees on the road here, so I don't want to be doing too many trees kind of in these little boxed off areas. We'll have a few, but fairly natural looking, so it looks as though it has actually been left like this and not planted. Some nice random tree placement like this. just like that. How are we looking, guys? What do we think? This is a nice kind of roadside. Little kind of fence tree area, I suppose you would call it. Using the national park paths as well. Looks okay. Let's try something similar with the elementary school, and then we shall see how we do. Okay, one moment, guys. Alright, let's have a little mooch. I think we'll stick with the national park fence for kind of the majority of this village build. Just because it looks nice. Sort of rickety and looks as though it's been built by the local population. No, not really. Kind of like a council job. It's been done by the local handyman. Are we, how many tiles are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're 2 tiles too short. And then again, same thing. Let's go ahead and grab national park path through the middle. Okay. At some point we're going to need to break out of this grid pattern, because I don't want it to be gritty all the way. We'll probably have a couple of dirt roads actually just kind of span off and away. Maybe have some like really kind of small country houses out in the woods. We'll see. This guy's providing power, so it looks like we're all good now. Okay, how's the university doing? Very close to level 4. We should hit the next level. Let's have a look at how the main street is coping with all the traffic and pedestrians. We seem to be okay. Need to do something here. Let's make a little bit of kind of an eating courtyard maybe. Let's have a path through there like that. And then up along the side. And then we'll grab some of our city park stuff. And then we'll do some tiling. Actually, no, let's grab some of the other tiles for a change. Let's try and stray away from those other ones. Let's use the nice wooden ones. We'll try and get this as close into the corner as we can. There we go. City park stuff again. Let's grab some food trucks. Let's go for the little food stall. Couple of national park tables. 1, 2, 3. Maybe a little sign here as well. A little bit of a bench. Definitely using the national park assets to decorate a little park area gives it a much more of a kind of a country feel, rather than the city park stuff. Probably a tree as well. Let's go ahead and grab just a nice big one. Would this be too much? I think that's alright. I don't know what you guys think. We have 4 people watching right now. Hey guys, hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Welcome to the build guide. God, we're already 37 minutes into the stream. Holy crap. I'll be streaming for about 2 hours today. So hang about, stick the stream on a second monitor or a phone or whatever, and play along with your own cities. And let's all have a chat and a nice little kind of LAM party with a nice LAN party with Cities Skylines. Really liking the way that this high street is developing along here. I don't like this though. There's a real kind of break in the pattern here. Let's get a nice big tree in. And we'll grab some of the national park fence. Just like that. Okay. How are we looking? I think we need to move this outdoor university outdoor study area. I just don't think it belongs in there. Possibly over here. Not entirely sure. I'll have to wait and see. And we've hit level 3 in the university. Wonderful. Let's have a look what we've just unlocked. University library, math club, commencement office, and academic statue 1. Wonderful. Let's get the commencement office in here. I already know where I want that to go. As you enter. That's going to give us a nice important building. Let's get the library in as well. Let's leave enough room for a path. And then we'll do that too. Let's make sure we actually draw it down first. Okay. Chandler says, what kind of DLC would you like to see in the future? What kind of DLC would I like to see in the future? Oh, the island is on fire. Oh well. That's a very good question. What DLC would I like to see in the future? I'm honestly not sure. I think they've kind of taken cities as far as they can. If that makes sense. I'd like to see Cities Skylines 2 with kind of an engine overhaul. I think it's kind of the next big step for the series that needs to happen. We've got a full cemetery over here. Let's empty that out. But yeah, like they've kind of expanded on each of the tabs. You know, with the education, we got campus, we got mass transit for the transport, parks and plazas with park life. I guess you could say, you know, natural disasters is an expansion of kind of, you know, the healthcare and emergency services department and industries with obviously the garbage and industry. So they've kind of expanded really. No, expanded kind of each major aspect of the game. So yeah, I'm not sure. What about you guys? What kind of DLC would you like to see? I'll throw that question back at you. And Toxic Wolf says, City Skylines on PS4 suffers tremendously, strictly because we're limited as to what we can do, what we can and cannot do, and the ship traffic has always needed tweaking on console anyways. Yeah, the ship traffic is terrible on PC as well, Toxic Wolf. If you look at my port, like look at this, like it's just, so it's stuff like this in Cities Skylines 2 that I would like to see tweaked. Like I mentioned this last live stream as well, like each of these cruise liners holds 100 people. Like a cruise liner holds a lot more than 100 people, so it's stuff like that. And like, you know, they all spam it at once. Like, just make one of these hold 1,000, and then you get one maybe twice a day. You know, that would be fine. But you end up with stuff like this. Like, you know, it kind of breaks your immersion a little bit, but you know, it's a game at the end of the day, isn't it? It's still a great game, but you know, it's just stuff like that. That kind of, it's like, oh. Toxic Wolf said, I like to see an urban development DLC, cul-de-sacs, traffic roads, actually manage traffic normally. Yeah, like a little suburban pack. Whether or not they do that as a whole DLC by itself, or just release it as like one of the content creator packs, maybe. I know they have already released stuff. Like when they released Campus, it had a little kind of side district thing that made all the buildings, kind of like, you know, the little bookstores and stuff. Added some new assets in like that. But yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'd like to see that too. Maybe a tree here as well. And stuff like this as well, you know, when you place in your little park assets, having people go there and sit on them and use them would give some kind of purpose to your detailing, I guess. These guys... How are these guys getting power? Yeah, shouldn't be getting power from anywhere. That makes no sense. Am I being stupid right now? Where were they getting power from? That wasn't hooked up to anywhere. Very unusual. Okay, let's have a look at some more of the university buildings that we just unlocked. So we placed the gymnasium, we got the cafeteria in. Did we place the library? Yeah, library's over here. A math club we can definitely have in. Let's go for like... maybe out here. Let's line this guy up with the tiles. And we'll go a path. Create a nice little box like that. Let's have a look how we're doing for... So we're very nearly at the next level of attractiveness. Which is good. Let's have... some more road layout over here. Because I do want to add a couple more dormitories into this area. Not over here, I don't think, because I do want to save this space for the larger buildings towards the end of the chain. Let's replace one of these fountains with a statue. Actually, no, let's not. Let's have the statue right in front of the university. And we can have the fountain in there like that. feel like we're kind of missing a building on this corner here. Maybe we can have a library kind of as centered as possible. How's that going to look? Yeah, I think that looks okay. Let's grab a couple of paths to run down the side of it. Okay, I'm going to snap to the grid. And hook up with there. That's the one that upgraded into the lower path. We'll have this path through the middle as the one with trees. And then I'm going to go ahead and have all the snapping off. And we'll kind of hook up at a number of places opposite the School of Law. Okay, let's throw some more trees down here. I want to make sure I don't leave too many bald spots in this campus. I want it to be very leafy and green and lots of kind of nice open park fields around here. Go for a couple of redwoods in here as well. Actually, that's a little bit too many redwoods. Let's delete some of the taller ones. There we go. I think that's a little. That's a little more realistic. I think the redwoods are really a little bit dodgy. Rickard Van Doom says, "What's up? The campus is really starting to look cool, mate." Thanks, dude. I'm glad you're liking it. And welcome to the live stream, by the way. Yeah, slowly coming together. We're gradually unlocking the buildings, and you can kind of see how I want it to look. Lots of nice little winding paths, open green spaces that are packed out with trees, and then you're just getting these real hits of kind of, you know, different types of building. And we're pretty much done now. We just need to wait for the next level. Students will come with time, of course, and academic works will also generate. So yeah, we'll be soon heading towards. I'm really looking forward to unlocking these last buildings. Where they are. Okay, so we already have one. The School of Medicine and the School of Science are both like awesome looking assets, and I want these in here somewhere. Okay, so let's kind of place this and have a look at it. So this thing is awesome looking. So this is the School of Medicine, and this is going to increase the efficiency and reduce the upkeep cost of all our healthcare units across the entire map. So it gives them a serious buff, and it looks fantastic as well. It's such a cool looking building. I don't know. I'm going to start emptying these cemeteries out because I don't think I actually like them there, so we will move them. Okay, I don't want it along the road like this. We'll have it side on. About there. And then we'll have all our road network on. Some nice kind of grassy banked roads in front of it. Make it look really cool. So how are we looking from kind of the village entrance here? Let's delete these trees around here. Possibly just thin them out here as well. It's a little bit too dense. It needs some refinement. Okay. So do we want this thing facing the front of the road? So as in, this is the thing you drive past? Or the back of it? When you're coming down. Kind of seeing how it looks from the road. I think we'll definitely have some more commercial along here. Let's get some nice 4x4 blocks going. All the way down to the start of the village. Would help if I could actually count by 4, wouldn't it? There we go, and then yeah, we'll leave that one there. Let's get a bit of a path running through here as well. I think again we'll stick with the national park path for most of this. So we have 5 viewers in right now, guys. Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you're all having a nice day. Let me know what you guys are up to in your City Skylines builds. I'll be more than keen to know what it is you guys are building right now. Rickard says, I would keep the school the way it stands right now. Do you think? You think facing the back of it is the best? And obviously imagine it without the cemeteries here, because I am going to move the cemeteries. Okay. We'll leave it that for right now. Let's kind of work on the road network kind of out of here. I actually don't think I want to hook up the campus to this road here. We'll leave it kind of indifferent. We'll probably rework this road slightly. And this one as well. And maybe let's have a roundabout in the middle. Just delete the trees. It's kind of all this area. Probably up to this road here is going to be campus. Okay. So let's have a little quick read of that. Faculty prepares interns to help out the local clinics and hospitals, allowing city healthcare to run more efficiently with increased ambulance count and patient capacity. And obviously increases the attractiveness of the campus area as well. Oh, we can get a statue in the middle of the roundabout. Very nice. I think that has to be a fountain, really, wouldn't it? If we were to have a fountain right here, I think it has to be centralised, really, doesn't it? I think that's fairly central. Let's get a bit of a tree ring happening around that. Again, an undecorated roundabout is an unhappy one. Let's make sure we get some nice little some nice spacing around here. Okay. And then we'll probably do kind of an opposite layout here for the final school, which will be the School of Science, to have it adjacent here and then kind of pin kind of the two big important buildings between the roundabout. Let's upgrade the roads in the roundabout. Let's go for the one-way grassy banked roads. And then up to here. we'll leave these guys as regular roads. Just regular old roads. Okay. Let's take a little pan around the university right now and see how we are looking. Hey, there's a graduation taking place. Only a very small class graduating. They must have been very good. They were throwing their hats in the air. Congratulations. There they go. This woman is absolutely bench hopping, just sprinting over the benches to get to the front as opposed to conventionally using the path as most people would. This guy's doing it as well. These guys, they don't care for paths. Let's have a look at some of them. So he's a director at the university commencement office. That's pretty cool. Those guys are enjoying a nice graduation. Entrance is looking okay. I feel like we need a little more zazz along the front here. In fact, I might actually delete these trees here. I feel like it almost shadows the entrance a little bit, and I want it to be nice and grand. All of a sudden, the bus lines have gone down to pretty much zero usage. We're up to 6 viewers right now. Hello everybody. We've had a couple more people join. If you are enjoying the stream, a like is really appreciated. Feel free to get involved in the comments as well, and drop in some suggestions for what we can do. So far we've been working on a nice little kind of detailed school park front here in the village, kind of making a nice little community hub with parks and schools and commercial, and a whole bunch of little kind of mini details like this, using park fences to trap in some trees and rocks. So welcome along. Lots of people using this bridge as well. Really happy with that. Okay, this one is empty. Wonderful. Let's get some more commercial down here. There we go. Okay. I'm just kind of thinking what it is I want on this corner here. I don't think I want more commercial. I don't think I do anyway. We'll just have to see. Okay, let's fill a little more residential demand. We've got a big spike ready for it right now. So let's go and fill all those spaces in. Out here as well. Village is slowly expanding, which is what we want to see. Maybe let's get a little path through here. Let's go ahead and grab... what do the elevated national park paths look like? I don't know if that's a little over the top actually. I think we'll just go for the regular ones. Let's go for grid. I have a nice little bridge that cuts over the railway line. I need to draw some fences in alongside here actually. Let's do the same thing. Let's make sure we have all our snapping off. And then we'll draw up the path right along here. And then again, same thing on this side. Just come all the way down. kind of bordering off your railway lines with fences really just helps to make them a touch more realistic. We need to do something with this road end as well. I'm not sure what it is we're going to do with that. Imagine actually, let's just go ahead and give them a little bit of a mini turnaround point rather than just the road coming to a very abrupt end like that. Okay. Let's pop in. Oh, can't get a cemetery in here. We will have one though. I'll make sure we do. Let's hook him back up to there. Let's actually upgrade this into regular road. It's a bit weird to have the grass banking road leave the village. Wouldn't really make sense. Okay, let's have a little kind of tour around suburbia right now. Also, guys, can we get an appreciation? Just a little bit of love for the skyline that is developing now. We can see all the downtown from here. Like looking over there, you can kind of see where it is. And then as we zoom in, we've just got this awesome looking distance. You know, the skyline is really coming together now. And yeah. For those that watched the last episode, you'll know that we still have a lot more to build here. So much more, in fact. Although from one episode, we have filled a whole bunch of space here already. Which is cool. It's very cool. Okay. See if we can watch a train come past. Let's get a little bit of see how many people are leaving the train. So many, loads in fact. And then they're all bustling out, and immediately they're beelining for the buses, aren't they? Yeah, I really wish we could make buses much more high capacity. Is there an alternative public transport route I can drop in here? Trams, potentially. What would you guys think of trams instead of buses to take people to the stadiums? Because at the minute, the buses, they're just too small. There's too many people waiting at this stop. Maybe we could run a tram line. See, where is the bus route going at the moment? Okay, so it's just heading through here. That would mean me upgrading almost all of this into tramline, and I don't really want to do that. That would leave a lot of kind of I don't know. Like I want the green tree roads here. That's kind of the point of it. Really liking the look of the university library along the front of the road here as well. Does look really sweet. Although it's the same texture here, isn't it? Maybe we can turn this one around. Just so we don't get that same view a little bit further down. And we deleted a path, but it's nothing major. Yeah, Rickard says, how are you going to fit tram lines in? And Chandler says, I like trams. So I'm thinking tram line. Well, we would just upgrade these roads here. We'll show you what it would look like. We would just have the tram flowing through here instead of buses. That would be the only difference. But we'd have to upgrade all of these 4-lane roads into tram roads. And currently the buses are flowing down here, and that would mean taking away all of these green tree roads around the edge of the campus, and I'm not sure that I want that. Kind of want them to be green tree roads. I guess we could separate the tram lane from the road. We could just use tram tracks. So So if we're using these, could I get these in? So kind of show you what I mean. Let me unzone this commercial here because I don't want it here anyway. Let's get rid of it all. So then, what's the closest point I can get into it, isn't it? Yeah, so it'd be from here. And then we could have a tram line just following. So all this main road down here will be tram. And then we can separate the tram road from the road. And then have the tram follow its own track around the edge. Yeah, Rickard says I kind of like the roads with the trees as well. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get rid of them. They're too, it really brings the whole area together, having the trees in the road. You know, I do want this area to be very green. Let's move this second cemetery over to here. And stop emptying out. We should be good. We've got this big green area to work with now. Okay, let's just separate these back, tidy that up a little bit. Oh, I don't know about the trams. Let's upgrade all this main road into tram road and see if we actually like it. So it would need to run down to here. It would need to run. And then we'd hook the tram line back up through some way via there. So that's how we're looking with tram roads. I think like the buses aren't adequate for dealing with this amount of people. Like, it's not causing any issues at all. Like, people will wait here at the bus stop, but it just looks a little bit silly. And trams are really nice, as Chandler has kindly agreed. Trams do look really good flowing through the city. We could get kind of a nice green colour tram flowing through here again as well. Not sure. Do you know what? Let's just do it. If we don't like it, then we'll just delete it. I don't know why I'm spending so long fanning about with it. Okay, so let's continue this tram path all the way through. We'll keep it totally parallel with the road. It's going to run all the way down. Okay, up to here. Oh, it'd be really cool to have it flow through here. I suppose it can. We'll just cross back over the road at some point here. Oh, can we not get through there? We can cross at an angle, I suppose. And Rickard Van Doom says, yeah, but yeah, I would use a separated tram line around the campus. Yep, that is what we're going to do. I think actually it might look quite nice. We'll see, obviously. Okay, how are we going to cross back to that point over there? So if we're crossing over here. Just thinking if we upgrade some roads within the campus itself to tram. Is that going to be the easier way of doing it? Okay. Let's upgrade that one back to regular. So that's going to give us a nice tram loop. Which I think is alright. Let's have a look at it along here. Enormous fire at the farms over there. Just ignore it, we always do. A tree line along the roads would finish the look. Yeah, so I think like a tree line between the road and the tram. Is that what you're talking about? I think I could feel that as well, actually. Of course, now we need to actually hook this up to a tram depot as well. Let's build one over by the Battlefield bus station over here. And then down here as well. I guess the best way would be to hook it up via there, wouldn't it? Okay, let's kind of take this away for a moment. Sorry guys if this is boring you. Rickard Van Doom says, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll definitely do a tree line between the two. Let's bring the tram depot over to here. And then again, we'll just upgrade this back into dirt road. Excuse me guys, let me take a drink. Okay. And then tram road, that will flow from here. Let's delete this. And then these path through the middle here as well. And then this will be tram road. And then we'll grab the point from here through to there. We also get to have the tram depot right alongside the front road now, which is actually a really nice looking building. So I'm not too bothered about that. We will need to tidy up this bit here as well now though. Maybe some trees and fences around that. Okay, let's delete the bus line. Holy crap, 647. Yeah, bus is definitely not adequate enough for the public transport here. Let's go ahead and bring in a new tram line. So again, once every 2 blocks is about a good estimate. We'll stop outside the library. Here at the School of Medicine. Again at the entrance of the university. And then by the stadiums here. Tell you what, let's actually drop people off on the side of the road of the stadium. That's going to stop them from using the crosswalks all the time. And then once more within the campus itself. And then back up to join the line. We should see some trams emerging. Here they are. Let's change it to a nice kind of muted green colour. Or do we want white maybe? Let's go for a green. And then we'll do T404, the University of Biguzia. Let's just have a little look. 720, holy crap. The trams are working, so many people. Let me just go ahead and make sure we have enough vehicles on the line for this. There's only 5 at the moment, we're going to need more than that. Let's throw at least 8 out and we'll see how they do. Okay, let's work on bringing this tram line to look a little more kind of in line with the area, because it kind of stands out like a sore thumb at the moment. I think we'll go for this tree. How's that frequency? I think that's a little bit too frequent actually. Let's bring the strength down a little bit, maybe just to 0.5. I think that's a little better. Okay. Sort out some trees along here. Be nice to factor in some little parks here as well when we get around to building in this town. So, for example, what I'm thinking of we can do is, or thinking that we can do rather, is maybe have a nice little block of commercial right here. Let's grab some of our tram parks. Let's grab a dirt path. We have 8 people viewing right now. Hello everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome to the Build Guide Live. Hopefully, actually, how about a path between it? What do you guys think about that? Mixed in with the tree line, like rather than instead of, if we have a path that runs the length, you know, it kind of really tidies it up, and they've also got some room for some kind of trees in the bits where the texture tears away. Ooh, I think I like that. So kind of park and tree as opposed to just tree. I think the path looks a lot more interesting. Everyone get your suggestions down in the comments. And let's get a bit of a live chat going about what we think of. So, just trees or path and trees, decide which one you like the look of the most, and we can kind of move forward accordingly. I am vaping on stream today as well, guys, sorry, it's not too frequently, and my vape is loud as fuck, so you just have to deal with it, I'm afraid. This is my chill gaming time. Okay. So yeah, I get some really nice looking kind of tram parks up along here, yeah? Some nice corner buildings on the commercial. I think I'm feeling that. I think I like it. Let's do a little more of a stretch and we'll see how it looks kind of over kind of a larger surface area. So let's come through here. Rickard says my preference is just the trees, but that's my taste. That's fair enough. I can appreciate that. I think we won't have it all the way. Just along kind of the entrance of the university. And a little bit in there as well. And I think we'll go for a more tasteful tree. Let's have some around here. And again, do I want that one? No, I think it's a little bit too modern. I want it to be a little bit country. So I hope everyone is all having a wonderful day. Please feel free to drop down in the comments below of and then the paths with the trees along them might look cool. Yeah, let's try that. Let's grab the university paths if I can find them. Yeah, let me know what you guys are currently working on in your cities builds. We've had Chandler was working on trying to fix the traffic in his port, which unfortunately is giving him a little bit of grief. So you think these ones? These paths? See, I think this looks too city. I would think I would rather have the kind of earthy tones and dirt for this area. Because we are out in the country here. It's all renewable, it's very hippie. You know, people don't like tarmac in this part of town. It's all very up its own arse, so to speak. This is the kind of town where you live if you love the smell of your own farts. You know, it's that kind of real snooty town. And I just think that they'd go for this kind of hipster look. Yeah, I don't think I like the path with the trees here, unfortunately. Thanks for your suggestion, though. I appreciate you getting involved. But please don't think I'm just shooting you down. I think I'm just going to go for... So we'll just have it right along the front of the university, and obviously eventually there will be commercial through here as well. Let's get a little more in here, and then another block through. Let's also begin to expand the district here as well. So let's go ahead and grab this, bring it all the way down. Probably up to the road actually. Up to the road here, and then just encompass all of this. All of it, all of it, all of it. So if you guys want to name this district that's encompassing, that's kind of enclosing the university, please feel free to name it in the live chat below. Let's bring it up to here. And then straight across, and then we'll probably flow along the bottom of the mountain here with it as well. Just kind of mapping out where we're going to expand and a little bit into the forest. Just kind of terraform this thing a little bit before. Not like that. I'll make that a little more jagged. See if we can add a little rock feature onto the top of this little mountain actually. I really don't like the way that the rocks morph around. Like, that looks ridiculous. Let's kind of go for one of the taller ones maybe. Maybe a bit of a cliff. Let's actually see if we can level this out. Oh no, not like that. Just so we have like a little bit of a plateau. And then grab that cliff again. Yeah, that looks absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. It's all the stretched textures. I wish they just kept their shape. Ricard says, if you're happy with it, I think I'm cool with it too. But I'm currently working on the farming and forest industries. Awesome, man. Yeah, I think I am happy. I think so. I think we can get a really nice vibe going along here. I do want... Where's the more square? I want the high-rise ban here as well. Where is it? High-rise ban. Industrial space planning. Do small business enthusiast. Any taxation policies? No. Services. Let's do recycling. Let's do recycle plastics as well. And free Wi-Fi. Okay. We did also add a post office in here as well. It's just hanging out down here. Although I think I'll actually move that to this corner. I really do like the post office buildings. Okay, let's have a little more commercial in there. Then, okay, let's carry on decorating the tram path before I got distracted. Okay, so we were doing trees along here. Yeah, so Rickard's working on his farming and forestry. Do you guys have kind of a favourite industry area? I personally prefer making oil areas myself rather than any of the other ones, but it's not to say that we don't like the other ones. But I do prefer oil, making kind of big ass refineries, very like heavy industrial building. They can look really cool if you manage to get them right. Actually, when I build my oil industries, there's a huge oil refinery near, well, not too near, it's like maybe an hour and a half away. I used to live near it. It's not too far from Manchester. It's called Stanlow Oil Refinery. And I think it used to be the biggest in Europe. It is like seriously enormous. It just occupies like so much space near the coast. If you guys want to go take a look at it on Google Earth, if you're looking for some inspiration for an oil industry, go ahead and check out Stanlow Oil. It's in Runcorn in the northwest of England. That's Stanlow. Go ahead and check it out and just look over the thing on Google Earth. It's absolutely enormous. Looks great though. Looks so cool. We still have to build that as well yet. You know, we've all got our enormous oil refinery to build yet, which I'm really looking forward to. Okay, and then I think we'll kill the tree line here. We'll kill the path rather, and then continue with the tree line down here. Do want a little bit of a path here maybe, just so they can cross over the road. And it's nothing too major. But just nice little bits of detail like this will really help bring the campus to life. And then again, we are fine to be all the way down here. Let's go ahead and place some more kind of foliage around here maybe. Let's bring the brush size up a little and get a bit of a brush effect going on. Let's have a look at how the tram lines are working. So yeah, of course, so when there isn't a match day on, there's like literally no people using them, but you know, I'm happy to have them as match day trams. And maybe we could actually give free public transport in this area. Let's go ahead and do that. It's a policy I like literally never use. So it's going to increase the use of it, but obviously give us no ticket income. But you know, this isn't particularly giving us massive amounts of ticket income just yet. Anyway, Rickard says I'm quite new to the game, so I'm building my industries now. I can tweet you some screenshots soon. Oh yeah, definitely do that, man. We had someone do it last episode. I don't know if you managed to watch over it yet, where we built the start of this town. And someone tweeted me some screenshots of their industries area. It's featured right at the start of the video. A guy called Calvin S on Twitter. Yeah, that was really cool. It was great to see somebody dropping off some screenshots like that. It was really cool. So we're out on the high street here. We've got a lot of people walking down the road in white, because they're all party goers. Okay, how's the university doing? Okay, so let's grant it another academic work. It's only 50 grand. It's not like money is an issue at this point. Okay, so we needed to place the math club back in, didn't we? We can actually have the math club right up along here on the actual tram line itself, which I think is pretty sexy. Let's go ahead and paint in some trees here. Let's get in a couple of different variations of tree. Let's bring the brush strength down for the smaller ones. Yeah, there's not too many people using them right now. We'll wait till we get another match day. That should bring in the people in droves. This town is slowly coming together. We really need to break out of this grid pattern soon. I think I might actually start doing that now. Let's kind of expand the road network a little. So just regular old roads. Freeform tool. And we'll just start to kind of bend away from the grid. Let's have a road out here as well. And probably up here along the basin of the mountain. Let's have one through there. Up here as well. Okay. Gonna have some nice dead ends. And then I'm going to grab a couple of dirt roads as well. And then we'll do these kind of very sparingly through the woodland. Almost like little tiny back roads. And just kind of connect them up to different points. Just a bit of vast network connection. Let's bring this guy into a dirt road as well. Just kind of bring him to an end. And just a very small road along the back. It's not final, but it gives us an idea of what I want to do with the area. You know, I want it very rural, very like we'll probably have no zoning in here, to be honest. Maybe just the odd building, kind of maybe. Like, let's have a look at some of the kind of broken down shacks that you can get with the more beautification mod. Like the old cemetery, for example. That'd fit in quite nicely. Maybe we can make up an old castle. So this would be perfect for it, actually. Right up here. A couple of little turrets around the side of it. Maybe a broken one. And then let's grab some of that castle wall, which is somewhere around here. Let's get some nice kind of castle walls coming down here. Let's make sure we break them and then switch to kind of, you know, the fully built ones, change the heights a little. So let's work with the terrain a little bit here. I think that's a little bit too steep. Let's go for soften. Just kind of bring this out a little bit so it's not quite as ridiculous. Soften out these slopes here as well. There's a little bit of castle ruins. Just going to bring some trees into the green patches here. Don't really want them on the cliff side. Okay. It's not bad. Definitely an idea we can expand on. But it'll do for right now. Okay. Let's continue with that little theme. So there's a couple of little abandoned buildings through here as well. So we have this abandoned factory, which is a little bit ridiculous. I do have a little bit of a farmhouse, maybe. This could have been abandoned up by here. Maybe have one out in the woods as well. Let's have maybe a couple of these. And then we can maybe make like a little bit of a crash site. So let's clear out a corner. So maybe back in the olden days, there used to be a big tree here, and a guy crashed into it, and no one has kind of come to recover the vehicle. It's just kind of been left there. Has now kind of been reclaimed by nature. There's a lot of different kind of overgrowth and stuff around it. Let's grab some of that. Yeah, stuff like that. So just a very small detail of a crash many years ago, and it's just been left there to rot. You know, you get the idea. I'm just kind of chatting on. Okay, how are we doing university? Still academic works here. Although we do have the students and the entertainment values so far, so we are happy. Is there anything else we can add in that we really need to? Did we add in the cafeteria? Yeah, it's here, isn't it? Oh no, it's not here. That's it, isn't it? There it is. Okay, maybe let's have... let's have another one here, maybe. How will that look along the main road? Yeah, we can leave it there for right now. It's not the end of the world, I don't think. Okay, this area is slowly coming together. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more zoning. We've got some demand right now. Stick to these big 4x4 numbers. We'll have a 4x4 there, and then with the awkward space that we've got, we can just run a path through the middle. Let's go to our grid snapping. I'll break the pattern here, and then we can have just a little bit of an overgrown patch next to where the houses will sit. Let's grab some overgrowth with no bush size. There we go. And then yeah, let's just have some more in there. Fantastic. Let's make this a little more commercial in. Let's get some more commercial in this corner. Kind of how we have over here, just a nice little cross corner stop. Maybe let's expand it a little so it isn't quite as instant. And then we'll kind of move down into some smaller blocks. Like that, so it's kind of a nice gradual introduction. I think up alongside here as well, next to the rail, would be a sensible location. Okay. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this new area. I really am, actually. It's turned into one of my favourite builds. I think we may also do a modular build on kind of a new neighbourhood community hub, so parks, schools, services and public transport, all clustered within, like, say, a 20 by 20 tile radius. We'll probably do that for a modular build, probably next week, maybe, something like that. That'd be quite cool. Something that you guys can go ahead and use. Haven't really given much love to this side of the town, have we? Got a little groundskeeping shack here as well. I think that looks quite cute. Let's actually draw the train line across the river. Let's make sure that we are all snapping on. Let me know how long you guys have been playing the game for. I'd be really interested to see if we have any kind of like severe, kind of like day one veterans in here. That'd be pretty cool to see. Let me know how long you've been playing Cities Skylines for. Okay, let's begin the ascent before we actually hit the water. And like that. Okay. Super long rail bridge. And then let's connect this guy up. Actually, we may actually hook this guy into the yeah, let's do that right now. Let's hook this guy into the national rail network. And we can start accepting people from outside of the country. Let's get some nice big slow drop curves on this. So we'll probably have our cargo airport hub over here as well, so we can hook that into the external rail. And we should, for the first time, see some external, they are set up for allowing intercity trains. So they should come up. How is my trams doing? A few more people. Let's go ahead and bring it down for like 6. Let's get rid of a couple. Erica says, I only started a few weeks ago, so I'm definitely not a day one player of the game. Well, that's fine, man. Don't worry about it. I hope you're enjoying it. The city's Skylines community is such a friendly one. You know, there's lots of different groups on like kind of Facebook and Twitter for it. There's obviously a huge variety of YouTube channels. Obviously, which you're watching on right now, so thank you. Yeah, it's such a great community in cities. Oh no! Stop! Oh god, I hate these places. Maybe we can have a little lookout tower over here actually. This would be the perfect place for one. Hopefully catch the forest fires before they come. And do we need a helicopter fire depot along here? I think we're going to go for one. Let's have it here, and then I'll grab that for that. That should be a nice accompanying building for the highway. So we have a nice little transition into Bigusia. So you can imagine when we come to do the final farewell tour of Bigusia, we will probably start from this end of the highway and just be kind of gradually introduced into the city. You get a nice look at the skyline in the distance, and then you're heading into the burning university campus, and then everything is just flowing down this high street. So nice. All the people coming off the train. So good to see. So happy this part of town is working out nicely. But yeah, it's great news, it really is. Let's continue placing in these crop fields here. So it's just the smalls. Change it to corn. So this one, quite a number of cornfields, kind of bordering the university town. Looks a little bit kind of harsh at the moment, but we'll soon. We'll soon be able to. So we're slightly out of the thing here, aren't we? Let's paint in a little bit of fertile land. just around here so we can just kind of keep these guys in demand. Make sure we're producing lots and lots of crops. But you can kind of see how I want the border of this kind of town to look. Just kind of looking out across fields and fields of corn. It's looking pretty sweet. Richard Van Dorn says, fun fact, I started watching the game years ago. I used to watch Corrales. You might know his channel. He has quite a big channel. Yeah, I know Corrales, man. Corrales is, yeah, he's a big old school YouTuber. I used to follow his Minecraft videos, funnily enough. Yeah, he was a big Minecraft YouTuber back in the day. Back in the day when I used to play a lot of Minecraft. I remember one of the videos his was building like a fishing hut. That looked really cool. Yeah, I know Corrales, man. He's a good player. I've never actually watched his cities videos though. I haven't watched them for quite a while. Okay. So we are producing so many crops here. Let's have a look if there's any buildings we can place down over here for our fields. Let's grab a road in here, and maybe we can have a flour mill along the back of the warehouse. So there is kind of a little bit of industry. You know, you can tell it's a farmyard. There is kind of stuff going on here. Let's also pop in a couple of large grain silos. These boys can kind of sit opposite one another. So we're creating a little bit of a focused yard here at the warehouse. A couple of different sized buildings. Let's get some trees in maybe. Let's bring the brush size down a touch. So pop some bushes around the side. And then let's switch over to a bit of a tree. I'm going to wood this area up a little bit. Okay. Surprisingly enough, traffic is flowing wonderfully through this area. Where are these guys walking? Oh, he's an expert at the small crop field. This guy is an expert in corn. Possibly the best life goals you could ever wish for. Maybe he studied at the university. Who knows? He is the corn expert after all. Okay. Oh my god. No. For people joining the stream, I'm sorry. You haven't seen this thing in all its glory yet. Unfortunately, it has burnt to the ground, which is not particularly ideal. But anyway, in terms of level up, yeah, just a couple more academic works, and then it'll be good to go. Okay, let's give this end of town some love. We kind of have a big open space here, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. We are producing so many crops, it's unreal. Where's the information panel for Briarwood Farmland? Let's go for improved logistics. And yeah, I don't want production output by 10%. We're already producing too many. We'll just keep it rolling. Farmland is coping well for right now. This T-junction's still getting a little bit of bad traffic, but it's surviving. I think Corrales doesn't make Cities Skylines videos anymore, but he used an extreme amount of mods which made his game crash after building bigger and bigger cities, so he stopped uploading it, I think. Yeah, I think it kind of becomes a bit of an addiction, doesn't it, when you're playing with mods. They can kind of quickly get out of hand. Okay, let's do some decorating here with the power lines. I think we probably will keep these power lines in even when we have hook this area up, so we'll keep the power line running through the field. I think that's okay. What should we do here? Maybe a park. Let's try it out. Let's drop in a couple of park assets and see what happens. I think if we go for the small park right along the edge, I don't think I want it more commercial because it's going to end up looking kind of too high dense. Let's go for a little bit here, small bit next to the post office. I'm just going to keep looking at the kind of the corner of the horizon here and how the campus is developing to kind of continue building. Let's go for that. And then maybe there's some other buildings we can place down here. Maybe a community pool or a gymnasium or a sauna. Let's go for a community pool. And then we'll bring some of these paths away from the asset and just kind of expand that area, and that should hopefully tidy up this kind of empty space that we've got hanging around at the back of the campus. We have 10 viewers right now. Hello everybody, welcome to the Build Guide Live. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Snap to angle as well. Let's come in here. Yeah, we'll come down here too. And we can probably squeeze in a space right up alongside the School of Medicine. Farm is producing so many crops. 109 tons. Interesting enough, we're not actually turning it into too many products. So we're making flour. We have the bakery here. Let's up the production of the bakery so he starts using more stuff. And we've got animal products and animal products again. Let's have a barn here maybe. Nice little barn on the corner. We got a little bit of traffic back up here. That's the first time that has happened. Why are you slowing? I should just see everybody flow through. Maybe let's try an asymmetrical. This way. So these guys can flow around. There we go, seems to have cleared it up. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So yeah, we'll continue expanding this farmland. You can kind of see how I want it to go. It's just going to be rows and rows and rows of this. We just want lots of kind of cornfield here. And that's going to bring an end to Braithwaite Farms quite nicely. Because obviously we started building this way back in episode 4 or so. It was a real long time ago. Okay, let's continue with our... I don't really want to start building on this side of the railway yet. Have we had any trains come over? Oh yeah, we have one here. Where are you going? Taking passage to Santa Rico. Wonderful. And that makes me really happy. I'm so glad that we finally have intercity trains. Okay. So how's this looking? Let's flesh it out with some more trees. Actually finish a project before I start moving on to other parts of town. Let's bring this boy through here. Through here as well. Delete that. And then up along there as well. Let's bring the brush size down. Let's try and pack some in here. Let's throw in a couple of different trees here and there. A couple of big bushes maybe. Kind of along the path intersections. A couple of smaller ones too. Maybe the occasional little splash of colour. Very sparingly placed around. And the same here again as well. Okay, let's take a look. So I think it surrounds the University of, well, the School of Medicine quite nicely for the campus. I don't know how I feel about zoning this close to the edge of the road. I think we'll get rid of that. And then we will just have it as forest. When we eventually come to kind of sorting all that out. Okay, it looks like we are slowly starting to come back to life here. Hopefully now the nearby fire helicopter depot will help prevent any further fires. This guy actually has 0 buses in use now. We'll keep him in. It's a nice looking building. It can stay there. It's not like we can't afford it. Looks like there is a game going on right now. Be interesting to see how many of these choose to get on the trams each time. So now that there is a match day, there are certainly more people using the buses, the trams even. Here they come. Yeah, dropping off a fair amount of people. I do like the railway crossings as well. Looks really cool. Here comes a train. So let's see where he goes to. So how far into the city does he go before he turns back? Is he just coming to here? Yeah, so he's dropping a bunch of people off here and then leaving immediately. And then, yeah, 468 at this train station last week. Where are all these people headed? They're all kind of walking down the high street. Which is fine. We got a whole bunch of people here. Let's find a train on this line. How are we doing? Yeah, 282 at this one. 115 over here. 35. I think we could probably afford 2 more trains on this line for the amount of people that are using it. It is a real cross map line. Rick, it says, but does Bergusia actually have a football stadium? Yes, it does. Over here is Bergusia's stadium in our stadium's entertainment district. We have some nice little kind of paths and interchange in public transport here with the monorail and the metro. And there's also kind of 2 more exhibition centres behind it in the aquarium, the stadium and the expo centre. Then I mean real football, not the handball variant. I totally agree. You mean actual real football, not hand egg. Oh no, because we can't get football stadiums without mods, unfortunately. We only have, I guess the closest thing would be a track and field stadium, but and then you have the American football stadium, or the American hand egg stadium, I should say. But yeah, apart from that, no, we don't have football pitches in the game for some reason. Okay, I want to place in a couple of these little digits over here. Let's get some basketball courts in. Let's have another corner. Let's kind of place them periodically. Maybe have one by the cafeteria here as well. And perhaps over here by the new kind of shop that is beginning to develop. I think that looks okay. Alright. So unfortunately it is burning down. But we will be back nonetheless. Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there. We've done 2 hours and 5 minutes. We got some really good detailing done on the university today, and we'll definitely be coming back there for another part to expand the second part of the town and the riverfront by that sector as well continually adding to the university as it levels up until we've got a complete campus. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll try to do another stream tomorrow. We should be up in the evening at some point. And don't forget to check out the new modular build that went up today. We're working on a nice green commercial park for your guys' cities. Go ahead and check it out. It's the most recently uploaded video. And if you haven't already seen the start of the university town, the thing that we've just been detailing, then you can go ahead and check out how we set up the road layout and the initial start for that area as well. That's it guys, thank you so much for watching. We've had a really good stream today, it's been really busy, and thanks for you guys for chatting, especially Rickard who has been super active. Thanks a lot buddy, appreciate it, stick around. Good luck with the rest of your forest and farming industry, I hope it all works out. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, I'll speak to you all soon.